Everyone claims their AI has the best ability to do copywriting. So today I'm going to put it through the test. We're going to test each of these LLMs to see which one is actually going to get the best copy written with the same exact prompt. So if we go into this document I put together, this is the prompt that I put together. So I want you to act as an expert direct response marketer specifically focused on hooks for talking head ads targeting business owners. Here is my current ad that's getting sales. I want you to come up with 5 new hooks that will take my sales through the roof. So here's the actual ad. It's ad number 6 in this particular one. I have a top bar and a bottom bar in this. It's the top bar of the video is my 6K client getting system rebuilt for anyone. Bottom bar, launch it today for 37. This is a meta ad, so I have the primary text here that I'm sharing, as well as what the headline is. The 6K funnel system, now only $37. We already have a hook that's working, right? We have, what if you could launch a complete client getting system in one afternoon without tech headaches, without agencies, and without overwhelm. And then we have the full body of the message, which goes through my, my system, and the final call to action, get this system for $37. So we're going to take this full script here with the prompt included. I'm going to copy that. We're going to go directly into Magai. Now, if you're not familiar with Magai, this LLM is basically one subscription and you have access to all of the LLMs. So typically, if you are only use Claude, for example, it costs you $20 a month. If you only used ChatGPT Pro, that's another $20 a month. Grok, same thing. Llama, all these. I don't even know some of these, but Perplexity is a pretty big one, as well as DeepSeek. So what we're going to be doing here is taking the same prompts. So you can actually use the expert copywriter. Just put expert copywriter. But for today, we're just going to go with assistant. And what the assistant does is basically picks, it does the best ability to pick which GPT you want to use. So if you put it on auto, the assistant will just pick the auto. It'll pick which LLM it decides to use based on your prompt. But because we're going to be using this exact same prompt against each other, we're going to start with Claude Haiku 4.5. I'm going to just enter in this prompt and let it produce an output. And here we go. First hook, most business owners spend 3 to 5. Well, now it's going too fast for me to read. However, we're going to review all these at the end. I'll just pause to let this go faster. Okay, so now it's finished with the 5 hooks. Let's go back to the top, see what it came up with. This is a Claude Haiku. The problem reversal. Most business owners spend 3 to 5K building a funnel, then watch it sit there generating 0 qualified calls. But what if I told you the funnel wasn't the problem? Nice, a little bit of intrigue. We have the contrarian angle. You don't need a better funnel. You don't need another course. You don't even need a marketing agency. What you need is one thing that most people get completely wrong. Okay. Hook number 3 is scarcity and specificity. Okay. I built 500 funnels for clients across 12 industries. I just discovered something every single one of them had in common. The one that generates 15 to 30 qualified calls a month did one thing differently. It's a nice hook. Permission-based. If you've never built a funnel before, you're actually a better position than most because I'm about to show you the simplified version that took me years to figure out, and it takes one afternoon to launch. Okay, so far I have to say Claude Haiku doing a pretty good job of coming up with some interesting hooks. Imagine this Friday you hit send on your funnel. By Monday morning, your first qualified lead comes in. By Wednesday, you're booking calls with people who actually understand your value. Here's how I made that happen for over 1,000 clients and how you can do the same. Kind of wordy. I like the outcome, but overall, pretty good. Now, let's test DeepSeek. So same thing. We just keep it all in the same thread, and I'm just going to paste the same prompt in and allow it to come up with the results. And I'll pause this to let it do its thing. Okay, so DeepSeek has done its thing. Alrighty, and we have hook number 1. Most agencies charge 5K a month just to keep you dependent on them. But what if I showed you how to own your client pipeline in one afternoon for less than your lunch bill? All right. The anti-hustle hook. What if I told you to stop grinding for clients? That's the secret that to 15 book calls a month isn't hustle, but 1 7-minute message working while you sleep. All right. Unfair advantage. Your competitors don't want you to see this. How we help consultants launch client getting machines in 3 hours using tech they pay 6K to hide from you. Okay, I have to say, Claude is better than DeepSeek so far. Tired of prospects asking, so what do you do again before sales calls? I don't know why they had that as a question mark before sales calls. Doesn't make sense. Already passing on that just because of that nuance. Normally I charge $6K to build this funnel for clients, but after 500 launches, we package this so anyone can deploy today. Warning, this 37 deal won't stay available. All right, a little bit of scarcity. Not overly impressed with DeepSeek. Let's see what Gemini is going to come up with here. Let's launch this guy. I'll pause this so we don't have to wait. Okay, now let's look at Gemini 2.5 Pro results. The problem: agitation. The 6K funnel you paid for, it's completely useless if prospects still showing up to your calls asking, so what do you do again? Here's the one asset that fixes it. The contrarian truth: you've been lied to. You don't need a more complicated funnel. You don't need another agency. The secret to attracting high-value clients is one simple 7-minute message. All right. Hook number 3: mechanism specificity. The mechanism specificity. Okay. Hook number 3: how a simple 7-minute pre-sale video replaced my entire $6,000 agency funnel and now books my clients 15 plus qualified sales calls every single month. Okay. Hook number 4: if you're still manually prospecting for clients, you don't own a business, you own a job. This is the system that finally lets you fire yourself from the sales guy role. Okay. Insider access hook: I'm about to give you the keys to the exact client getting system built for my 6K private clients, rebuilt so you can launch it yourself in one afternoon for just $37. Not bad. I think Gemini was okay, probably a little bit better than DeepSeek. Let's go into ChatGPT. Same message. Launch that. Okay, the ChatGPT is finished. Hook 1: what if every sales call this week started with, I'm basically already sold, can you just walk me through the details? That's pretty good. Hook number 2: if you think you have a sales problem, you probably don't. You have a messaging problem, and it only takes one 7-minute video to fix it. Pretty good. If your client pipeline collapses the second you stop hustling, you don't have a system. Let me show you how you can launch in an afternoon for $37. The agency killer: before you hire another 3 to 6K agency, watch this, because my clients replaced all of that with one 7-minute message and a plug and play funnel. Nice. Hook number 5: if you're tired of prospects asking, what's this call about again? There's a 7-minute script that makes them show up asking, how do we get started? Pretty good. I like that too. So let's go into, who's next? Let's go into Grok. Let's go Grok 4.1 fast. Same message. Okay, let's check out Grok's messages. The hidden leak: our funnel is leaking 80% of qualified leads before they even book. The fix: one 7-minute video. I charge $6K to build. Okay, the predictable pipeline hook: 15 book calls per month. That's what my client gets from cold traffic using a system you can copy and paste this afternoon. All right. No more referrals. Done begging for referrals? This plug and play system turns paid ads into pre-sold clients on autopilot for $37. The message multiplier hook: one message does what 100 cold DMs can't. It pre-qualifies prospects so you only talk to buyers ready to sign. It's pretty good. Number 5, the weekend warrior: launch a 6K client magnet by Sunday. No tech headaches, no editing, no BS, just results from 500 plus campaigns. Pretty good. Let's do one more. Let's go into Perplexity. Full disclosure, I don't know which one of these to pick, but I'm just going to go with the Sonar Pro and go ahead and launch that. Okay, let's take a look at Perplexity Sonar Pro. Hook 1: be honest. If you stopped posting, networking, and begging for referrals for 30 days, would your calendar dry up? If so, you don't have a business, you have a guessing game, and this fixes it in one afternoon. I like that. Imagine your next sales call starting with, hey, I've already watched your 7-minute video. Can we talk pricing and start dates? That's what this system's built to do. Pretty good, a little bit over the top, but yeah, okay. Fire your funnel guy. If you've ever paid an agency $3K to $6K to fix your funnel and still get unqualified, confused leads, I rebuilt the exact system I use for private clients so you can launch it yourself. Pretty good, a little wordy, but you don't need more leads. You don't need more traffic. You need one 7-minute message that makes strangers understand your value before you ever book a call. Pretty on point. I like that. Okay, if I gave you a proven script, a done-for-you funnel, and a 7-minute video blueprint, could you launch a client getting system by Sunday night? That's exactly what this is. All right, again, a little bit wordy. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to put both of these on auto, and I'm going to take all of the hooks that's created, and I'm going to ask it just on auto. In fact, let's just open this into a separate, completely separate chat. Okay, now I've taken all of the hooks completely separate from each other. I just pasted them all in here without reference to which was which. I'm going to put this on auto, So it's going to basically pick the best AI model for our prompt. And this one I am going to use the expert copywriter, because I'm going to ask it a very specifically, I am going to share with you a number of opening hooks for my ad, and I want you to evaluate as an expert copywriter to pick the top 3 hooks, and go ahead and paste that here and see what it comes up with. Okay, and here are the winners according to the expert copywriter using auto. We have mechanism specificity, pre-sold call, and the anti-hustle. So let's see where these guys came from. Mechanism specificity. Copy that. I'm going to just paste it here. So this is hook 3. This is mechanism specificity. This was Gemini 2.5. All right, so we got Gemini and number 1. The pre-sold call. Perplexity sonar. And then the anti-hustle, which I don't remember, but I'm thinking this is Grok. Anti-hustle. Oh, okay, it's not showing me. Stop grinding. Maybe that's the one. There it is. And no, it was DeepSeek. So final from the expert copywriter, it's showing us that Gemini, DeepSeek, and so neither Claude or the ChatGPT made the top 3, which is shocking to me. But what I'd like to do is actually run this through ChatGPT just to see. Okay, just out of curiosity, I want to see what ChatGPT thinks of all these different hooks and see if it has a different top 3. So let's see what that comes up with. The pre-sold call, problem agitation hook, and the contrarian truth hook. So they picked 3 different ones, but the pre-sold call flip, was that also one of the top 3? Anti-hustle, the pre-sold call. So if I were evaluating how to pick hooks, number 1, I would use all the different LLMs to try to see which one would be best. But then I put it into ChatGPT, and the pre-sold call hook was number 1 for ChatGPT and number 2 for the expert copywriter. Just out of curiosity, I want to see if it's going to tell us which LLM it's pulling from for this. So, and it's using Llama 2 model from Meta to actually pull the results. So we didn't even test that in terms of the copywriter, the Llama. Let's see where it is here. So it's pulling from Llama to get these results. But either way, this is kind of how I go about trying to come up with different hooks and angles for what I'm doing when I'm using AI. So typically I'm going to write out a bunch of different hooks and angles that I come up with as, you know, my knowledge as a copywriter and how I would approach it. But then I run it through all the LLMs to see what they can take from it, where they can build upon it, and what they can do better with it. That's why I kind of like this tool, Magai, because it does allow you to not only pull in the different prompts and the, you know, helps you brainstorm YouTube ideas, marketing expert, all this kind of stuff. But it also lets you just have premium access to every single one of these different language models, right? So very useful tool. I don't know, I thought this was a fun test to try. So, you know, let me know in the comments if you think so as well.